soul that has no helper. Oh, maybe I'm just alone. I trust my gut, but I've never let it go. So far now I wanna know what you thought you had done when you allow me to be all the things that I'm not. Well, it seems like I'm caught every time you remind me. You're right, take away my pride, to burn it to the ground so we can start again. My crime's a legend to remind, to burn it to the ground so we can start again. So burn it to the ground. I lost the course, I'd like to change my life. There seems no time for respite. Maybe you should just go. I changed my ways, but I never thought I'd find no time to hide in my mind. In the hope you would stay when you allow me to be all the things that I'm not. Well, it seems that I'm caught every time you remind me. You're right, take away my pride, to burn it to the ground so we can start again. My crime's a legend to remind, to burn it to the ground so we can start again. So burn it to the ground. So burn it to the ground. You're right, take away my pride, to burn it to the ground so we can start again. My crime's a legend to remind, to burn it to the ground so we can start again. So burn it to the So burn it to the Your trust is a plague of the weakness. Left helpless, don't follow me out. You're alone, way down from where you belong. No sign in the hope of a witness. No longer the walking undone. There's no way out. Someone has begun. And whether the sickness takes us or the lights just fade, stand up the wall.
Podcast. Welcome to a special edition Money in the Bank prediction show. I'm joined by Andrew Bass and Kyle Lepore. Tonight is going to be a great night. We've given our opinions on keeping it real, but you know what? The band you guys have been listening to for the past 5 minutes is The Fallen State. Great band from listen to it. You listen to it turns to the ground. Now you're listening to Send Up the World. So first off, Andrew and Kyle, how you guys doing?
I'm doing pretty well, man. I mean, this pay-per-view, part of me is excited for it, part of me is a little disappointed in it, but, I'm still a little bit excited for it.
I've had an excellent day so far. I'm getting excited for the pay-per-view. I think it's going to be a good pay-per-view. I think there's a few matches that are going to surprise us.
I still look at the card, and I'm still like, man, this card just does not look good. It does not look promising. And I'm still at that state where I don't know how I feel about it.
Yeah, that's how I've been. Like last night on Keeping It Real, it was just I'm excited for part of the card, and other parts is just like there's a lot of throwaway matches for me, and I just hate that.
Right. Look, there's 3 or 4 matches that are, that make this card very strong, and then there's like you look at the rest, and it's like, man, what are we listening or what are we watching?
Yeah, it's disappointing, man. I hate it. I mean, like they're not going to be really like awful matches in my opinion. They're not going to be like absolutely horrible, but it's just there's no need for them. Like Breezango and Golden Truth, it doesn't need to be on a pay-per-view. That can be just on the like Raw and SmackDown, that kind of thing. That's fine. You don't need that. Baron Corbin, Dolph Ziggler, no need for that. Apollo Crews and Sheamus is Dudley Boys and Lucha Dragons. That's just stupid. But okay, I don't know why that's happening.
Yeah, there's been a lot of reports of also that WWE has been contacting superstars, as in Carlito. There's been a rumor going around that they've also been contacting people like Kurt Angle.
Mm-hmm.
So
that'd be good
because they are trying to find people that way they can get the brand split back and rolling.
I could see if they do get Carlito, I could definitely see a faction of Carlito, Primo, and Epico. That'll definitely be
it would help the Shining Stars a lot. And
it really would.
You could also have Kurt Angle go with American Alpha and basically be their coach or something.
That would be a big plus if they can pull that off, but you never know, man. I know Carlito, I don't know what he's been doing exactly. I know he's been on the Indies, though. He's still wrestling.
So let's get this out of the way. Before we get into our predictions and everything, let's talk about the rumors. So there is 3 rumors now that I've heard about, 3 or 4 rumors being now. One rumor being is that we're going to be seeing a 7th contestant in the Money in the Bank ladder match. So one of the big rumors is that it's going to be either Bray Wyatt. There's a rumor going out that it could be Carlito or someone like that. Or it could be, Shelton Benjamin. His name's been thrown around.
What?
Wow, Shelton Benjamin.
That's a name I did not think I was going to hear, like, ever again in WWE, at least.
His name's been thrown around in that also. So
not even Randy Orton?
Orton is advertised for house shows in August. So we could probably see him around Battleground or around the draft.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I got you.
So now let's think of this. So you have those names, and so what do you think? We have those are the big names for the Money in the Bank ladder match. You could also throw in that there's a rumor going out that we could see Finn Balor as a 7th. Will we even see a 7th contestant?
I honestly think you can see a 7th contestant. I think it would be a smart decision. Have somebody completely blindside the fans and really throw off this idea of will Kevin Owens win or will Dean Ambrose win it? Because let's face it, when you look at the contestants that are facing it right now, everybody since day one has had their sets on either it's going to be Kevin Owens or it's going to be Dean Ambrose. Having that 7th competitor returning could definitely throw a kink in that plan.
I'd be shocked, honestly, if they do bring a 7th guy, if he doesn't win. That's the big thing for me. Like, if they do bring a surprise guy,
all
does
I have
he basically
to say,
automatically win?
After Zack Ryder, anything's possible.
That's
I'm just
so
saying.
True. That's so true. It's a toss. I don't know what could happen. I think out of the people you mentioned that like could be a surprise, I think the one that is probably like number one as would happen out of those guys is Bray Wyatt. That's the biggest possibility, I would say.
And he's been looking good too. He's lost a lot of weight.
I could see. I mean, if he is a surprise, I think he could be the one to win it. I think definitely Bray Wyatt could be a great Money in the Bank guy.
Mm-hmm. If they're smart, he will win it. If he does return to be at 7 competitor.
Well, I wouldn't say it's a bad idea for him not to win it either. It just shows that he's back, and I think it's a strong way to come back is to be in the Money in the Bank. But I think if he doesn't, if he does return for that match and he does not win, I think he has to dominate the match. I think that when someone wins the match, it's kind of like, oh wow, that was just like that came out of nowhere. I think that's how they need to do it if Bray Wyatt is to return and lose.
Definitely.
So here's another rumor, or not a rumor, but there's been multiple reports, especially one from Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer, saying that there's going to be a lot of surprises tonight. One being, we've also, if you watch Keeping It Real, one of them being that apparently there's going to be a surprise during the women's match. So we've talked about this. We talked about it. Do we see Sasha Banks come out, or do we see something crazy happen?
I think we could definitely see. I mean, if anybody's going to come out at like the end of the match kind of thing, it will be. I think it'll be Sasha Banks because, like I said, right now it's like there's nobody vying for the women's division for the women's title right now. There's nobody. Like you could say maybe Natalya or Becky Lynch, but they're really not. Dana Brooke is still being Charlotte's bitch, so that's going to keep going for a while. So the only logical person I could see besides Paige who wouldn't show up in Money in the Bank, it would just be like they build a feud from Raw or something like that, would be Sasha Banks. We haven't seen her on TV in a long time, and there's already been rumors, and we already know reports is that they want to do the feud between Sasha and Charlotte. So why not have her come in as a surprise at Money in the Bank and lay out Charlotte, or at least eye her down, say like she wants to go for the title, that kind of thing. I think it'd be perfect to do. It'd be a perfect opportunity.
Right. What about you, Andrew?
I definitely think out of the two possibilities that we mentioned, Sasha Banks would be the most obvious one. And I mean, even if it's just a eye down, she comes in, runs down, hits her, takes the title, holds it up, clearly states her intentions. It would make her look strong. And not only that, but you're setting up the next two pay-per-views.
Absolutely. Guys in the chat, we're about to get into our predictions. Let us know what you think of Money in the Bank. Who do you think will win every match? We'll be going through every single match, including the kickoff shows. And we'll be giving our predictions and our thoughts on those matches. So here's the last rumor, and this one has kind of two involved. One being is, during the John Cena and AJ Styles match, the club is banned from ringside, basically. Will we see the Demon Finn Balor come in and basically save AJ Styles and basically give him the win? Now, before you guys go, I'm going to give my thoughts on this. My thoughts being, there's a part of me that wants to say keep him away from WWE or from the main roster until SummerSlam. And there's a part of me that's saying, come on, let's get this going. It's been going on for a couple months now that Finn Balor is going to be debuting ever since the club basically showed up. And it's been nothing but teasing from Finn Balor himself. And it's also been nothing but, teasing from everyone that talks, wrestling. I wouldn't even say teasing. It's just been nothing but talk. It's been around and it's been up in the air for a very long time. Is tonight the night we see Finn Balor?
I really do want to say yes, but I don't know if they're going to I mean, this NXT guys have done double duty before, where they still have feuds or stuff they have to do in NXT, but they also come on the main roster, do things there, that kind of thing. I really want to say that tonight we will see Finn Balor, because it would be the perfect situation for Finn Balor to come out and help AJ beat John Cena. It would be able to heal for Finn Balor, where, I mean, he's the biggest face in NXT right now, but he could also be a great heel, especially running with the club. He could. And that's the best way to run the club, too, is have it like Evolution, where there's 4 guys running it, and they each go for their respective titles kind of thing. It would be, if he's going to come, I think tonight would be the perfect night to do it, and I think we could definitely see him come out, like maybe the lights go out or something like that, and he do it, or he comes out from under the ring. I have no idea. It could be a multitude of possibilities tonight.
Okay.
I mean, the way that I envision it, if Finn Balor does come out, it's going to be a 3-on-1 situation when he comes out. And I know the club is supposed to not be at ringside, but even when people are banned from ringside, sometimes in the WWE they find a way to get involved somehow, whether it's the referee getting knocked out. I mean, I would think it would look really well if they did bring back Finn Balor, or bring in Finn Balor, and make him heel. The way they do it is have the club come out and interrupt, have Finn Balor come out as if he's going to be a face, and turn on Cena.
Yes.
That's where I'm going to have to disagree. I think if Finn Balor is going to appear, I think he's going to do it on his own. He's going to make himself look strong, and he's going to basically put himself out there as a part of the club, and then now we go into Monday saying, is he a part of the club, or was this just a shot at Cena? So I think that if you want my opinion, I think that's what would happen.
Yeah, that'd be. I think that would be definitely like the best way to do it.
Okay, so let's get into this. The one and final rumor, and this one being, will we see Bray Wyatt somehow intervene during the World Heavyweight Championship?
I don't think so. I think right now there's really no reason to, because right now the feud we have between Rollins and Reigns, that could go on for a while. And if they throw Bray Wyatt in there, I feel like that would really throw a wrench in it and kind of like make things. I mean, they could easily do like a 3-man feud, obviously, yeah. But I think it's perfect the way it is now, where Reigns and Rollins like feud here. However, no matter how the match ends tonight, whether it's Reigns, Rollins, who wins, whoever it is, they can keep this feud going still, and it'd be great. Bray Wyatt, in my opinion, he doesn't need to be in that title picture right now. Give it some time. Like let him win Money in the Bank, then he could be in the title picture that way. But don't have him come out tonight, like during the World Heavyweight Title match. I don't think there's a reason.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say I'm honestly excited. This is probably the first match I could say I'm really excited for with Roman Reigns, and that's because this is a feud I've been really looking forward to. As much as I hate Roman Reigns, this has been a feud I've been looking forward to. Thought we were gonna get a Survivor Series, we didn't. His knee gave out, and now it's like. It's basically 5-6 months in the making. So go ahead, Andrew.
Well, I definitely agree with Kyle with in terms of Bray Wyatt. If they do bring him in and bring him back, I feel like it should be a dominating performance at Money in the Bank. And you could have him do it on his own. I would prefer to see it on his own. But see, the thing about Bray Wyatt is there's so many unpredictable facts you can put in there. You have his family, especially with that big guy, Braun Strowman, at his side. And the Wyatt family could easily keep the ring at bay, while Bray Wyatt just sneaks right up there and grabs that briefcase if they decide to add him in. I feel like, as a viewer, I would be more excited to see the Wyatt family be dominant together as a group and collectively win Money in the Bank for Bray Wyatt. Right. Or, patrol the area while Bray Wyatt claims the prize, then have him interfere with the Roman Reigns and Rollins feud. And I think partially because of the fact that Roman Reigns and Rollins can carry a feud by themselves. I feel like it would be more beneficial to let them feud for maybe 1 or 2 more pay-per-views. Maybe, I would say at least 1 more pay-per-view. And then you have Bray Wyatt, if you did bring him back, have him Money in the Bank, have him have the Money in the Bank briefcase, and let him basically sweat the whole roster out. When is he going to strike? And no one's safe with the Wyatt family on his side, because he could strike at any point, any time, and it just strikes fear into anybody who holds that title.
All right, well, let's get into the predictions. We'll start off with the kickoff show because that's going to be starting in around 8 minutes. We can get our predictions out. So first off, this is obviously not in order. We're going to start off with the Lucha Dragons versus the Dudley Boys. Look, I'm not even going to talk about this because there's really nothing to talk about. Lucha Dragons win this match.
I mean, it could honestly go either way, in my opinion, because it's just how it is. I'm going to say Dudley Boys. Just, I don't know. Go either way, to be honest.
I'm with Dudley Boys as well. And the only reason why I say Dudley Boys is the Lucha Dragons had their time in the WWE. They saw something in Kalisto. Whether or not they think that it was successful, I don't think that they saw a successful run in there like they originally did. But at this point, I feel like the Lucha Dragons are kind of broken in the eyes of the WWE in the sense that they really don't see Kalisto as a tag team with Sin Cara anymore.
I think keeping him with the Lucha Dragons is the best thing for not Sin Cara, Kalisto, because Kalisto cannot talk on the microphone. We saw that with the U.S. title. So, look, Golden Truth versus Breezango.
Breezango.
Golden Truth.
Golden Truth all the way. Golden Truth are 0-2 or 0-3 against Breezango right now. I think this is going to be their win, and this is going to basically be their friendship is back, and it's basically going to be their first push as a tag team. I don't know what that means for the near future, but I hope to God it does not mean we're going to see them in the title picture.
I hope not.
All right, so let's get into the actual show itself. Dolph Ziggler versus Baron Corbin. I think this is maybe the 5th match we've seen between these two. First off, I'm just going to go off and say it. I think if you're going to do it, give the match to Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin is the future. Dolph Ziggler puts people over. Baron Corbin can be a future WWE World Heavyweight Championship, as if he can get a little bit better in the ring, and if he can also get just a little bit better on the microphone, I think we can definitely see him in the spotlight in about 2 or 3 years. So, Baron Corbin, in my opinion, has to win this match, and Dolph Ziggler once again puts someone over, and I think this needs to be the final match between the two.
Absolutely.
Baron Corbin really needs to come on top in this feud, and hopefully this is the last match to do it, so it's over. Let him move on to bigger and better things. I'm saying Baron Corbin wins this.
I'm going with Baron Corbin for this one.
No, there's nothing behind it, no reason why.
Honestly, I feel like they're going to make Baron Corbin look strong.
Well,
this is the end of the feud.
All right.
I mean, I don't see them hurting Baron Corbin by having him lose.
Well, I hope to God it's the end of the feud. So, a newer feud actually happening. Apollo Crews and Sheamus. This is basically one of those last-minute announcements. Who do we see win this?
Apollo Crews all the way. He's going to get the big push. Everybody in creative, from what I understand, loves him. Sheamus is going to be good for putting him over. In my opinion, I feel like might be one of the surprise matches that I mentioned. I really think that this match actually might turn out better than it was originally designed to be.
Yeah, Apollo Crews and Sheamus, I think it'll be a good match, and Apollo Crews really needs to come on top in this feud, obviously, so he can start getting that push and start getting wins under his belt to help him move on along. And I mean, Sheamus is a pretty good guy to do it, so Apollo Crews should look pretty damn strong in this match, and he'll come out on top so he can keep moving forward.
Right. Thinking about it, Sheamus does not lose a lot. If you honestly look at it, Sheamus doesn't lose a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a scary thing, but my gut wants to say Apollo Crews, but I think I'm going to have to go with Sheamus.
Really? Okay.
Just because of the fact that he hasn't lost a lot. I mean, that's really the only reason. But look, I mean, these have been kind of easy predictions, nothing really up on the line of worrying about anything, but Titus O'Neil versus Rusev, I think this is just they're feeding Rusev someone.
Yeah.
And they're trying to get him on a hot streak and trying to get him hot and trying to basically a monster once again. I think we'll see Rusev all the way. As much as people are hating this, I think it's good to see Titus O'Neil in a pay-per-view and in a match like this. But Rusev all the way.
Yeah, it does. I mean, it is good to see Titus O'Neil because, I mean, he really does deserve it, honestly. But, I mean, I can't foresee him winning this match. It's got to be Rusev. Rusev is, I mean, I don't like this feud, but Rusev really is a great U.S. champion. And they need to really keep the belt on him and then have him lose to somebody who I think is, could really, a little bit more, maybe an NXT guy who's being moved up. He gets that kind of, shot and goes for it. Yeah, maybe even Sami Zayn, that kind of thing. So I'm going to say Rusev wins this one.
I would love to say Titus O'Neil, but I think we're going to see a very strong Rusev, and I think he might dominate most of the match and take it away.
All right.
Yeah. I think it'll be a good match, though, but Rusev's got to come out on top.
All right. I mean, I think we all agree that's all Rusev. The tag team match between the women, Dana Brooke, Charlotte versus Natalya and Becky Lynch. Who wins that?
I'm going to say, I mean, I think the best thing to do, especially with this rumor of a surprise coming out, from whoever it could be Sasha, could be Bayley, it could be anybody, whatever it is. I think the best thing to do is have Charlotte and Dana win. Because, I mean, there's no reason really for Natalya and Becky Lynch to really win it. I think Charlotte's going to win it, look strong, basically, or at least her and Dana look kind of strong. And then somebody comes out, like Sasha or whoever it is, comes out, beats down Charlotte or something, or eyes her down and says they want the title, that kind of thing. So, Charlotte and Dana win this one.
All right, I'm just going to go off the limb and say that Dana Brooke is going to fuck up or mess up in this match, and Becky Lynch and Natalya will win this match. And then we'll see the surprise happen, and then boom. So, Natalya, Becky Lynch win this by Dana Brooke mess up.
That's a good prediction.
I kind of want to agree with you there because especially lately, we've seen Dana Brooke already messed up before, and you see the argument already started, so you see that they're starting to break down. And honestly, we could see Natalya and Becky pull the upset because of a Dana Brooke mistake, see them fighting. Dana Brooke decides to call it quits, or Charlotte kicks her to the curb, and then she starts, or maybe both of them, start pounding on Natalya and Becky from behind after they pull up the victory, and there you go. There's Charlotte. Or not Charlotte, but Sasha coming out. So, I mean, I'm going to say Natalya and Becky as well.
All right. Let's move on. I mean, this is, honestly, it's a fairly easy card to predict. Like I've said, now here's one of the harder predictions to really go off of. The Fatal 4 tag team match for the WWE Tag Team Championships between Enzo and Cass, Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows, or The Club, The New Day, we'll more likely see Kofi Kingston, Big E, and the Vaudevillains. Harder match to predict. Who wins this?
A little bit harder, yeah. I mean, looking at the teams in the match, right? New Day has had the titles for a long time. They don't need the titles to get over anymore. They don't need it at all. It needs to be around the waist of a new tag team. Enzo and Cass and the Vaudevillains, I feel like they're not really at the point where they can, they get the titles yet. I think it takes a little bit more time. But Gallows and Anderson, yes, they are a fresh tag team, but I think they need to win this match so they can make the Club look strong and make it like a dominant faction. Because the Club isn't going to be just like a regular old faction kind of thing, like the New Day, for example, where they just kind of do their own thing. The tag team division, they're going to be like, you have the tag team champions, you have an IC or US champion thrown in there, and then the world champion thrown in there, like an evolution type thing. And I keep comparing them to that because that's what they need to be a great faction. And the best thing to do to start it off is to have Gallows and Anderson win tonight, take the titles off New Day, and that'll be absolutely huge for the Club, a huge push for them.
Right. As much as I want to say the Club, and they need to get the belt off the New Day, something's telling me New Day's going to win this.
It's most likely going to happen. I hate that, but it's most likely New Day's going to come out on top again.
And then, but that's the thing, though, is I look at it this way, is I don't want to see New Day versus Enzo and Cass, because I honestly think Enzo and Cass are going to win it in Brooklyn in front of their home crowd, basically. I do not see Enzo and Cass losing there, or I see them in the match. They're going to win it in SummerSlam. Mm-hmm. I don't think it's smart with a feud like that to have two faces.
Yeah.
I want to say the Club really bad, but there's no telling.
Yeah, it's a little bit hard to predict.
I think, with creative and the way things have been, I think we're going to see the New Day win this match because right now they're over, and I think they want to continue that. And as much as I think it's dumb and I think you should have the Club be the number one faction, that's just me.
And what you have to think about, too, is that New Day have had the titles they're like the second longest, I think, tag team. Because I remember them saying on Raw that they were coming in.
The New Day have been champions for a very, very long time.
Yes.
In my mind, as a writer, the New Day does not walk away as champions. That was what I said from the beginning. That's what I'm going to say. I think the New Day should not walk away as champions. They will not walk away as champion. Now, my heart, and the fanboy in me, because American Alpha is my favorite tag team, hands down. Enzo and Cass, close second. I, as a fan, would love to see Enzo and Cass run with the titles. Is it going to happen? I do not think that it's going to happen right now. I don't see the Vaudevillains taking it either. I want to say it's going to be Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. And I'm saying that because the New Day has always won because of their numbers, for the most part. A fatal four-way match for the WWE Tag Team Championship is the best way to make the New Day lose without making them look weak. It doesn't matter if they have 3 people on their side, 4 people, 5 people, it doesn't matter. With 4 teams, the unpredictability is what sets in. 3 people cannot take on that many tag teams together. So I feel like, in terms of writing, this is the best way to take the titles away from New Day without making them look weak or losing any, big air that they might have, gathered over their run as champion.
So, what's your prediction?
Luke Gallows, Carl Anderson. As much as I want to say Enzo and Cass.
And what is your Kyle's? What's yours?
Mine is Gallows and Anderson also. They really need this
2
win.
Gallows and Anderson, 1 New Day.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, let's look.
My conscience is saying Enzo Amore and Big Cass.
3 more matches to go, and here's the Money in the Bank ladder match. We've already discussed the rumors. We've already said what we need to say about that. If these 6 men are these 6 guys in this Money in the Bank match, and that's it, who wins this match? I'll go first. Cesaro and Alberto Del Rio, you need to cross out. Del Rio already has one. Del Rio doesn't need it. Sami Zayn just coming in. You don't need it either. Chris Jericho, as much of a push as he's getting, he doesn't need it either. It's between Dean Ambrose and Kevin Owens. My heart says Kevin Owens. It'd be great for him to have it, but my gut is telling me Dean Ambrose. It would make sense for Dean Ambrose because you'd have the Shield feud. And if Dean Ambrose does win, you need him to cash it in when Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins are wrestling. If Kevin Owens wins, I think he just basically goes on and on and on about it. So I'm going to go with Dean Ambrose.
Yeah, I agree 100% with you. The other 4 guys, like you said, Cesaro, Sami Zayn, Alberto Del Rio, and Chris Jericho, I mean, in my opinion, there's no really way they could win this match. It's really between Dean Ambrose and Kevin Owens. I do agree with you. It's that I switch with you, though. I really, like, my heart says that Dean's going to win it because, I mean, it's been a long time coming. Plus, like, the feud with the Shield would be great. Like, have all 3 of them, like, in a feud, basically, it would be great. But I think Kevin Owens could really, he would be an amazing Money in the Bank winner. He could do it so well. He can come in, like, fake cashing in and run away, holding the case like a classic, like, heel kind of thing. I think he'd be amazing with it, and I think they really want to give it to him because he's gotten a huge push already. And I think this is going to be like the real nail in the coffin, not in a bad way, but in a good way, to where he's going to get this and, like, be world champion very soon.
See, this is a decision that has kept me up all night. Honestly, this is the hardest decision I'm ever going to have to make for this podcast this year, I would have to say. Because my gut wants to say that the winner of this match will directly impact who wins the title match later on. If Dean Ambrose wins the Money in the Bank, my prediction is that Seth Rollins will win his title back and Dean Ambrose will cash in. That's been my theory from day one. That's something I could see as a possibility. On the other card, if I see Kevin Owens win with it, Roman Reigns retains his title. And the reason for that is Kevin Owens being a very strong heel could open up some possibilities for Kevin Owens to cash in down the road. I could even see Kevin Owens possibly cash in tonight if he wins. My mind wants to say Dean Ambrose. But I'm going to go out on a limb and say Kevin Owens.
My body's telling me yes.
I know I'm giving a lot of mixed signals, especially with the last 2 predictions. But I honestly think the Money in the Bank match will dictate who wins the World Heavyweight Championship today. Or WWE World Heavyweight Championship.
So who wins?
I'm going with Kevin Owens. I'm going out on a limb.
All right, so again,
and not my love for him at all.
2 Kevin
Doesn't
Owens,
count.
1 Dean Ambrose.
I will say, though, if there is a surprise person in there, I'm going to say they're going to win it. If there is. I think that surprise person wins it, no matter who it is.
Yeah,
it could be
I feel like we have to have a second guess based off of that. Because if Bray Wyatt is in that match, I totally agree with Kyle. I see Bray Wyatt taking it all the way.
All right. So you think if someone does come in, they will win it?
Yeah, I think so.
Only if it's Bray Wyatt, yes.
I don't think so.
Honestly, I don't know. I think, honestly, it could be... I think like anybody being a surprise, I really think that person coming as a surprise could be the winner of the match. Definitely.
Oh my God! What if it's Zack Ryder?
Oh my God!
No. So next match, probably the match I'm looking forward to the most: AJ Styles versus John Cena.
This is very interesting. I'm really excited to see it. It's going to be amazing.
So I honestly think AJ Styles will win this, then we'll go to Battleground, Cena will win that, and then the third and final match will go to SummerSlam.
Mm-hmm.
And I think SummerSlam will have the title up on the line.
Mm-hmm.
My prediction is AJ Styles wins this match, and, John Cena's on a 4-year span of losing at SummerSlam?
Yeah. At least 4.
I think Well, I mean, let's take it back. Last year he lost to Rollins. The year before that he lost to Lesnar. The year before that, who did he lose to? Daniel Bryan?
Yes. And then the year before that, I'm not 100%. I looked this up the other day, too. I'm not 100%. I know it's definitely a 4-year losing streak, but yeah, I'm not 100% who the fourth guy was.
So I think we'll see 100% John Cena winning. Or not John Cena, AJ Styles winning tonight. But, here's what's scary. Cena rarely loses clean.
Yeah.
Rarely loses clean.
AJ wins by dirty victory.
Yeah,
That's been my prediction from day one. He has to win dirty. He has to.
He really does, especially to really enforce how much of a heel he really is. Plus, to keep the feud going, I don't think you can have AJ winning this clean and keep the feud going. I mean, you could obviously, but I think the best way to keep the feud going is have AJ win by a dirty way, whether it's a roll-up pin where he gets the tights, or whether it's even Finn Balor, somebody interfering and helping him win. Whatever it is, AJ needs. I think AJ's going to win tonight, and he's going to win dirty somehow, some way.
Yeah, Cena hasn't won since he lost to CM Punk 4 years ago. So.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
But that's what's scary is Cena rarely loses clean. So, part of me wants to say John Cena.
But then how do you keep the feud going if Cena wins?
No, well, I mean, I don't know.
That's the
problem.
Unless Cena wins and the club comes out and basically demolishes him. But at that point, what do you go from there?
It means nothing, yeah.
It means nothing. At least it doesn't to me. I mean, I don't know how you guys feel.
I agree.
If I want to be a safe person and I'm betting money on this match and I want to play it safe, I would say John Cena. So
yeah, he's a safe pick. He's always a safe pick.
You know what? I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to play the safe card, basically, as if I was betting, and I'm going to say that John Cena will win this match because of the club. If there's any interference, it would have to be someone new into the club. So, you know what? I'm changing my pick, John Cena.
Well, yeah, I do want to. Part of me does want to pick the same thing and be safe and pick John Cena. But in the long run, this is a feud that's been wanted forever, and they really want to keep this going. And I think Cena winning, where he's going to win clean, obviously, however it is, whether it's with an attitude adjustment or the STF, whatever, it doesn't matter what it is. It's hard to keep the feud going. It's really going to be hard to do that. And the best way to, like I said, keep the feud going through Battleground, SummerSlam, however long they want to do it, is to have AJ win dirty. So I think Styles is going to win this. He's going to win dirty, and we're going to see the feud keep going because it's an amazing feud already, and it can only get better.
I can already see the ending, and I'm stealing this from the Best There Is podcast because he said it, and when he said it, it popped in my head. I was like, man, that's so true. But Styles jumps up on the top rope for the phenomenal forearm, and Cena catches him.
Yeah,
I could see that.
So,
yeah, definitely. You'll put him in an attitude adjustment.
All right, Andrew, Cena or AJ Styles?
AJ, dirty.
AJ Styles wins dirty.
Dirty.
Kyle, you think Cena, right?
No, I think Styles. Nope.
Okay, so you do have Styles. All right, well, let you know. It's time for the main event. Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns.
This one's honestly, in my opinion, it's hard to call because, on one hand, you have Reigns who, has been working to get the title for so long, and it's hard to see him lose it, and I want to say so soon, even though it hasn't been really too soon. But then you have a guy like Rollins who never lost it and is going to be, in my opinion, the pick to win it, really. He's never lost the title. He was an amazing champion, and he could easily walk in tonight with it, without the championship and walk out with the championship easily.
Absolutely. You have one person saying that I carried the company on my back, which is absolutely true. He did.
Exactly, yeah, and he could easily get it back. He could easily beat Reigns tonight. 100%.
Versus someone who, quote-unquote, earned it.
Yeah, it's hard. It's a really hard
pick.
decision.
I agree with you. It's a hard pick. You have someone that's never been, a wrestler who's been pushed beyond belief that we've never seen it before.
Right.
And then you have Seth Rollins, who honestly really deserves the belt back. I think, man, I will. You know what? I'm not gonna go with my gut because I've been saying it every single month because it's been the easiest prediction and it's always right. I'm gonna go for it, and I'm already gonna basically lose a prediction here. I'm gonna say Seth Rollins wins this match tonight. Because,
Okay.
the safest bet since even for WrestleMania, has been Roman Reigns.
Of course.
That's literally been the safest bet. If you were to want to bet $15,000 on the championship and you were to say returns,
Right, that's what I was thinking.
and
Is Triple H a threat?
either hits Seth Rollins with a sledgehammer or hits Roman Reigns.
No, that won't happen.
There's
no way. It makes no sense.
Now,
I mean,
if
if they
you wanna
really want Triple H and Seth Rollins to happen, that could be the straw that breaks the camel's back.
Yeah, and you
Seth
can see that
Rollins
already.
thinking that Triple H is there to help him, and you know what? He cost him the championship. Why? Because maybe Triple H is sick and tired of Rollins, of how he got so much publicity when he came back. They could play the jealous card. He's becoming too much like Triple H. I mean, they could do so much when it comes to Triple H
And have-
that could spark that feud.
Yeah, I mean, that's the way you could do it, is have him attack Seth, and then there's no telling what happens. Or you could play the whole, Seth wins, and then Dean Ambrose comes in and gets the title from the Money in the Bank. And then
And
you
I
have
honestly think Money in the
another
Bank
great
is
feud.
going to be the. I'm sorry.
No, I was done.
I think that Money in the Bank match is going to be the determining factor on who walks away with the championship.
There's no telling.
If we seen Dean Ambrose take that briefcase, Seth Rollins is going to win it.
Right.
I mean, you never know. I mean, we could see. I mean, if we do see Dean win it, and then we could still see Reigns win the match, and we could see an Ambrose heel turn. That's possible too. Ambrose would be in a great heel, especially with the Money in the Bank. He could easily make that work, and then have a feud against Reigns, kind of thing. It could work easily. I think it could easily be great to see, in my opinion.
Well, what do you think about that, Blake?
What, a
I'm
heel
curious to
turn?
what your answer is.
Ambrose heel turn?
Ambrose turning heel.
He kind of
Yeah.
hinted at it during the Ambrose Asylum.
I think it would be good to have him back as a heel, honestly.
I
I would be okay with that.
I've said it for a while that, if you were going to do something with Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose, that you would have Ambrose heel. But I think, Ambrose is probably the best as face. I mean, I think it's already too late if you give him the Money in the Bank. It's already kind of too late. He was getting the reaction he was during Survivor Series when he, during the tournament when he faced Roman Reigns. He lost that. He was getting the reaction, he was getting the pop at the Royal Rumble when it was between him and Triple H. He got the pop during Fastlane for their opponent, and he lost every single time. And now it's kind of like Brock Lesnar beats him, and he's lost a lot of momentum. So now we could see it again. Yeah, people would like it, but it's kind of like one of those. It's like, well, yeah, that's cool, but wish I would have happened a couple months ago.
Yeah, but I don't think it's too late. I mean, I think the best thing for him to do, really, is that for him to get, like, that kind of real push would be to win Money in the Bank, and then it doesn't have to be right away, but, like, win Money in the Bank, and then basically maybe, like, eventually turn heel to be, like, okay, like, it could. I mean, I think it worked really well. I don't know. I want to say Money in the Bank really affects the winner of tonight, but I mean, it doesn't have to. Like, if we're sitting between Dean Ambrose and Kevin Owens, they're basically the only people that could win this match, right? We could see Dean win and have a feud with Rollins, or have a feud with Reigns, and then maybe heel turn eventually. Or we could even see Owens win, easily have a feud with Reigns, or we could have Rollins and Owens. I want to say Rollins and Owens have a feud, but it's hard because they're both heels, but. We could see that feud. I mean, they've done stranger things. We could see an Owens-Rollins feud. It'd be amazing. It'd be hard to do, but I think we could see that also.
Okay,
it's definitely possible.
Let's get to the predictions. Kyle, who wins?
I'm gonna say Rollins to keep the feud going. The best way I think is to have Rollins win it. Maybe.
Well,
I'm gonna say
you could
Rollins.
honestly keep the feud going
Well,
with
yeah.
Reigns winning, because you could play I'm getting a rematch. That's basically me losing the title. He could do that, but I mean, I get what
That's
you're saying,
true.
Andrew.
Man, I can't believe I'm going to say this.
It's
Roman
hard,
Reigns.
man.
He's going to safe pick.
It's understandable. No, it's the same
Yeah,
thing
it
because
is.
he's Superman. It's hard
I want to say
him
Seth Rollins, honestly, but there's just
I know.
too much factors. If Dean Ambrose wins, it's Seth Rollins. That's what I'm going to say. Seth Rollins if Dean Ambrose wins. If it's not, Roman Reigns. That's my prediction.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm still say no matter how Money in the Bank goes. I'm still
It's
gonna
Money
say
to
Rollins.
Bank contingent for me.
Okay, so
I understand.
obviously I got to ask the same two questions I ask with every pay-per-view. First off, which match is the P-break match? And if you guys don't understand what P-break is, it's basically the match where you can, usually get up and take a piss break and come back and you basically have missed nothing and it's no big deal.
Are we talking pre-show or main card?
Main
'Cause
card,
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, pre-show's pre-show.
I was
You
gonna
can
say.
talk about
I get
It's
the
a lot
pre-show.
of-
it. But what's sad is even with the main card, it's kind of hard to do this because of
It-
how
it-
because of the
it-
matches of like some of the matches of how bad they are.
I'm going to say it's not the Money in the Bank, obviously. It's not the Fatal 4-Way Tag Team match. It's not the John Cena versus AJ Styles. And it's not going to be the women's division, in my opinion. I would say either Dolph Ziggler. I'm going to say, dang. I don't want to say this because I like Dolph Ziggler, but darn it. Dolph Ziggler versus Baron Corbin.
Dang.
I hate it too because you know how much of a fan I really do like Dolph Ziggler. I feel like he doesn't get enough credit. I really don't. But what else are we gonna say? I mean, I feel like Sheamus is gonna put on a great show at Apollo Crews. I don't see them letting us down. So like your only other option is Rusev versus Titus O'Neil, and I feel like that has the potential to be a really good hard-hitting match. Two big guys, or Dolph Ziggler versus Baron Corbin. And I'm going to go with Dolph Ziggler versus Baron Corbin because we've only seen it 8 times, 7 times?
Yeah.
So I'm going to say Baron Corbin, Dolph Ziggler. Based off of the fact that we've seen it so many times, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. All right, so I think the piss break match will be the Money in the Bank match. Just dead serious.
Oh, no,
wow.
please don't.
No, I'm joking.
No.
I'm joking.
I was always going to say, dude,
Baron Corbin, Dolph Ziggler.
You're about to shoot me through the heart.
Baron Corbin, Dolph Ziggler all the way. Kyle.
I mean, I want to say Baron Corbin against Dolph Ziggler because we've seen it so much, but I think it's still going to be a really good match. I want to say the U.S. title is going to be a sleeper for me. Yes, it's two big guys. It's going to be a hard-hitting match. But I still think it's still going to be just like a boring match where you can go get some food, pee break, that kind of thing. And Baron Corbin against Dolph Ziggler, yes, it won't be a great match, but I think it'll still be good. So I'm going to say U.S. title match is going to be the sleeper.
All right. Match of the night, I'm going to say John Cena versus AJ Styles will be match of the night.
Yeah, I mean, part of me does want to say Roman Reigns against Rollins, but I think Cena and Styles, like I said before, it's a feud that people have been waiting for 15 years to see, basically. As long as Cena and Styles have been in the ring and how, to the level they've gotten in their respective, areas, Indies versus WWE kind of thing, it's going to be an amazing match to see. Wrestling-wise, it's already been on the mic amazing. It's going to be Cena versus Styles, going to be match of the night. I promise you, 100%.
Yeah. And here comes
Dolph
Ziggler versus Baron Corbin all the way.
Dolph Ziggler versus Baron Corbin all the way.
No, it's all going golden truth, man.
This is where you're probably going to disagree with me. Definitely Dolph Ziggler. No, I'm just kidding. Money in the Bank ladder match.
I could see it. The only reason why I'm saying Cena versus Styles, and this is coming into effect where you didn't watch TNA like we did, is because this has been a 15-year in the making.
Yes.
And it's just John Cena he produces 5-star matches. I mean, I think that's it. I think that's all we can really talk about. I think we've given everything that we really can. So, listen, guys, be sure to tune in right after the pay-per-view. We'll be live with our thoughts on Money in the Bank. Also, hit that like button if you enjoy what you're listening to, and be sure to subscribe. That way you never miss a show. Monday nights, we go live with the Monday Night Raw review. Wednesdays, we go... Well, we don't know if we're going to go live or we're going to record it. We go in-game. We talk basically about video games. We go on and what we think of the video games. We recently talked about E3 and what we think of the Xbox and PlayStation conference. Thursdays is next big thing. We talk about nothing but NXT, what we think of the storylines. And then Saturdays is Keeping It Real. We go on about what's going on this week in WWE. You recently missed it. We talked about Money in the Bank, what we thought of the storylines. Not like today, we didn't give any predictions at all. We also talked about Jerry the King Lawler being arrested, and then obviously Sundays, occasionally, once a month, we go live with a pay-per-view prediction show and after show. So again, be sure to tune in immediately following Money in the Bank. We'll be live right here on the Realest Podcast. Go enjoy the kickoff show, give you some food, give you something to drink, sit back and have a great time with Money in the Bank. So until next time, later tonight, talk to you guys later. Peace out.